everybody. It is time for another edition of our Best of 2023 from the JBSWCH show. That's redundant. Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. We are going through some of our favorite things of the year 2023, and today's edition is our favorite stories from WTF, which is a segment we do every Wednesday. Things that make us say, what? Or laugh, or roll our eyes, or whatever it may be. And we have separated these into food, animals, and just viral moments, celebrity moments, things that don't fit into a category necessarily. So I believe we are going to start with our most WTF foods of 2023, because we talk a lot about food on this show. And where else could you start other than the most bizarre food story of the year, which is that Panera has been serving supercharged lemonade forever. I don't know how long. It's been 390 milligrams of caffeine in the Panera lemonade. Unfortunately, 2 very actual human deaths related to the Panera supercharged lemonade. DJ, I realized that I am too chronically online when a friend of mine was texting me the other day and said, I'm feeling really tired today. And I said, you gotta go get yourself one of those Panera lemonades. And she said, what? And I said, the Panera lemonade. She goes, what's up with the Panera lemonade? I said, the deadly energy drink Panera lemonade? Never heard of it. How have people not heard of the Panera lemonade? If you have been behind the times, now you know. I think that was the food story of 2023.
I missed the second one until we started getting ready for this. We knew the first one was why I got dropped into the WTF segment way back when. And it's recently there's been a second person. Listen, if you love your people, tell them not to drink that lemonade, because it's got more caffeine than how many Red Bulls? Like 2 or 3 Red Bulls? Like, it's super caffeinated. And they lie to you, and that's what this food WTF segment has taught me. People will just say anything. The corporations are just saying anything to get you to consume their stuff. And so Panera is lying to you like it's all natural ingredients. And yes, death is natural, and it is full of that.
Next up on the strange foods of the year, we got a Baja Blast hot sauce, which is pictured in this graphic. It is a Mountain Dew tasting hot sauce. Mountain Dew launched it. It's the iconic tropical flavor of Mountain Dew Baja Blast in hot sauce form. Did you ever try this? No. CJ is shaking his head.
Well, you got to let me keep up with the timestamps, homie. But no, I did not try this. A lot of this stuff got sent, and it got sent because the question is, who the hell would eat this? Right. Why the hell would you try this?
I would.
On what?
I don't know.
Maybe on a burrito?
A small dip. Like just a,
what are you
maybe
dipping
a chicken
in?
Finger?
A chicken
finger?
Chicken finger.
Yeah.
You want your chicken fingers to taste like hot Baja Blast?
Maybe.
Okay.
Haven't tried it.
That's an interesting palate.
Why did nobody at Barbecue Fest make Baja Blast?
Because they got good
ribs.
sense. Because they know better.
Because they want to win.
They want to win.
Okay, next up were the Sunny D seltzers, which we did try. The Sunny D flavored seltzer, a mix of the seltzer craze that has overtaken our country, and Sunny D, a classic childhood drink. I liked these. I actually enjoy these.
I prefer these to like White Claw and some of these other seltzers. Those are real good.
I like all seltzers. I don't discriminate, but Sunny D was right in there with seltzers that I actually enjoyed drinking this year. Okay, a story from Virginia. I don't know if you remember this one, but there was a Virginia Senator, Louise Lucas, who was so mad about a picture of barbecue from Virginia circulating the internet that she went out of her way to post the picture of the barbecue and say, I am aware of this fake photo circulating online. Nothing like this has ever been served in our Commonwealth. After some investigation, we learned this picture was actually taken in Texas. So I refer all questions to them. I appreciate a senator standing up for what's right, and it was one of the most unappetizing pictures of barbecue I ever did see. There was some brisket, it looked like there was some pork, the most unseasoned, uncheesy mac and cheese my eyes have ever seen. They had cheese on the side to sprinkle onto the mac and cheese.
Yeah, I've never seen something look in one picture so unseasoned and dry and just bad. Like, when you look at that, it is, where's the there's no juices on the meat. It's dry. The macaroni and cheese looks dry and unseasoned. I have no clue what's going on with the bread, and my question becomes, how the hell do you mess up bread? But they did it. like, ugh, that picture. I would too come to the defense of my people if somebody was running around saying that we did that.
If you think that's unappetizing, maybe you can remember the Cadbury Creme Subway sandwich from the UK. This was a very real sandwich served at Subways in the UK and Ireland. They gave away 500 sub-melts, as they called them, just some bread with Cadbury Creme Eggs melted in the middle. And I love a good Cadbury Creme Egg, but there is something about it on that bread that makes it look like one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Dip that in the Baja Blast.
Oh.
And let's see what happens.
And wash it down with some Panera supercharged lemonade. See what happens to your body. Your blood should be studied after that, and it would have a significant spike in sugar. All right, next up, we had a world record set in the cooking space this year. Nigerian chef Hilda Effiong Bassi became a national sensation after she cooked nonstop for 100 straight hours, and she looked like she had the best time ever doing it. It could not be me. I baked Christmas cookies. It took me 4 hours. I was on my feet, and all I did was complain about how awful it is to be in the kitchen, where so many people in comments always try to send me and my fellow women in sports. But this wonderful woman, Hilda Bassi, she crushed it. 100 straight hours cooking. I think that'll be a world record. That'll be tough to beat.
Listen, it was
Only
a party.
The real can challenge.
It was a party. Everybody was excited to be out there. She's dancing. The people, her sous chefs are dancing. The people in the crowd are dancing as well. Shout out to her.
In Thailand, Burger King had an all-cheese sandwich. This was a 20-slice real cheeseburger. Apparently, people in Thailand love cheese. They love it so much. They put 20 slices of it, and it just looks like a Kraft single situation. They did sell them back in January. This was early within this year, and I believe they were so popular they stuck around for a little bit.
No way
you could
they
get one
stuck
for
around.
$14. They're also kind of expensive.
All that cheese?
All that cheese.
Does it come with some Miralax?
I will.
Are you having any sort of bowel movement?
No, you're stopped up for days.
Good Lord.
Somebody showed a picture of what it looked like in real life, too, and it's not all melty and beautiful. It's just like a solid block of 20 slices of cheese in the middle of a burger bun. So that was a fun one. Congratulations to Taco John's and Taco Bell. They finally ended their long feud regarding Taco Tuesday. Now any restaurant in the U.S., except in New Jersey, because New Jersey is special, can use the trademark Taco Tuesday. For a long time, Taco John's had the ownership to that phrase. They trademarked it back in the day. Taco Bell was like, we cannot be Taco Bell without having the ability to celebrate Taco Tuesday, to use Taco Tuesday in our social media posts and our marketing and campaigns and whatnot. And now, Taco Peace and Joy was found between Taco John's and Taco Bell, except in New Jersey.
I wonder how much money Taco Bell paid Taco John to get it. Because there's no way you come up off of that for no money. I haven't seen any reports on what was done to lead to them deciding, okay, we're going to let everybody have Taco Tuesday. But I would assume Taco Bell paid a whole lot of money. Two pretty good taco places also.
They actually
I love
gave
Taco
it to
John.
charity.
Okay.
Taco John's asked Taco Bell to match its $100 per restaurant donation to the nonprofit Children of Restaurant Employees.
Oh.
I love that.
All right.
What a happy story
Taco
from the
John.
food world.
Shout out to Taco John.
Non-shout out to Skittles Mustard. French's came
why are
out
we
with
doing
a
this? Why are we
Skittles
doing
Mustard this year. It was very limited edition. You had to, I remember I actually applied for this on the French's website, and I was not selected to get the mustard-flavored Skittles.
Do you like mustard?
I love mustard.
Okay.
Not in Skittles, though.
Okay.
Sounds a little gross. But, I kind of thought it might be like the jelly beans.
Yeah.
The popcorn jelly beans are
Yep.
so good. One of my favorite jelly beans is the buttered popcorn jelly bean. So maybe the mustard Skittles wouldn't be all that bad, but they probably would be. Last up on the food space, we had a last-minute addition from Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams, who showed us that he likes to put an Oreo McFlurry on his burger from McDonald's. So he puts the McFlurry, being the ice cream and the Oreos, on an actual burger with cheese, with pickles, with ketchup, and he puts it all together and eats it. I don't have any, that's disgusting. I can't.
You don't like the
no.
savory sweet?
No.
So you don't like dipping your fries in like a Frosty or some ice cream or anything like that?
I don't need not with the ketchup and the
thing.
pickles.
Yes, get some pickle juice in there.
All right, let's get into our animal section of the show. If you remember back in January, the Dallas Zoo was really going through it. They had an awful start to the year. At one point, they were alerted that 2 of their emperor tamarin monkeys were missing, and it was clear that the habitat had been tampered with at the Dallas Zoo. So those were 2 monkeys that were missing. There was also a clouded leopard that went missing, and the Dallas Zoo put out a notification. The zoo is closed today due to a serious situation. Yeah, the serious situation was that there was a leopard on the loose. It came out that this ended up all being due to one man who was going in and messing with the zoo and released some other monkeys along the way. A vulture was killed, an endangered species vulture was killed through this ordeal, but yeah, it was a tough start for the Dallas Zoo. Starting a big year for the animals, though.
It was weird because it was right at the start of the year, and boom, one week this animal was missing, and then this next week another animal was missing, and then 2 weeks later the vulture died. And it was like, wait a, what is going on in Dallas? Why are they so bad with the animals? And come to find out, some maniac was just running into the zoo at night taking animals.
Some maniac was running.
Didn't they find them in like a crack house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A maniac was running into Disney World. The maniac was a bear. There was an actual bear that ended up in Disney World this year. They had to close the Magic Kingdom and close multiple rides. This was not a new edition of the Country Bear Jamboree. This was simply a bear who was lost and got stuck. They worked on capturing and relocating the bear, which they say that they did. But if you were in Disney World back in September, your day at it's not the happiest place on earth. That's reserved for Disneyland. I always forget what the one in Disney World is.
No, Disney World is the happiest place on earth.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty sure Disney World is the happiest place on earth.
No,
I think
Disney World.
Disneyland
Eric
is something.
Hasseltine told me this. Disney World is the most magical place.
Most magical place. Okay. I get happy and magical confused.
You know, it's
My
tough.
fault.
Those are
I apologize.
two words that can mean so much. We also had a lion on the loose in Italy. I don't know if you remember this situation, but in Latispoli, Rome, back in November, a full lion, like this lion looks like Mufasa, was on the roads of Italy, and cars were stopped taking pictures. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Not to mess with a lion.
Exactly. Get the hell out of the way. Don't do anything with the lion. I would have been absolutely terrified. I also forgot that this was the year of the Canadian super pig. We learned about an incredibly intelligent, highly elusive threat from our Canadian border, and it was this super pig that came out. We had a couple pig stories throughout the year. We also had the javelinas who destroyed a golf course, I believe in Arizona. The grounds crew keeper of that golf course showed the damage that the javelinas did, and it was terrifying.
Is Ella Jacob Canadian?
I don't know.
Why does he spell Canadian that way?
That's
is it not with an A?
Canadian.
Is it not with an A? Am I Canadian?
Am I Canadian?
I think, okay.
Now I have questions.
Yeah, I think we down here in America spell it with an A. And them up there in that other part of America, but not our America, spell it with an E. I mean, damn, that we call ourselves Americans like we're the only ones here. Like there are no other countries here.
I think the Canadians also spell it with an A, so I'm just an idiot.
So we just spelled it. So the hockey team is spelled with an E. That's why I thought they were.
Oh, okay.
That's why I thought Canadians spelled it with an E. I'm pretty sure.
Is that plural? Canadians?
I don't know.
Versus a Canadian?
I'm an American. I'm not a Canadian.
I'm an American.
This is America.
Do you remember the bear that crashed the family picnic?
And the mama was sitting there?
And the mom is just sitting there with her small child as the bear eats all of their food up on the table. This was terrifying. The bear cleared the table. The bear just walks up. It's a family. They're sitting there minding their own business. But the mom is so cool, calm, and collected during this. It is remarkable. She barely moves. I don't know who recorded the whole ordeal, but I've thought about this for a long time of what I would do if a bear joined my family picnic, and I would panic, so I would die.
So you're not going to protect Chris? You're not going to pull him closer to your bosom and be like, no, you're safe here?
He can protect me.
Okay, all right, here we go with that. Just going to sacrifice him to the bear.
Chivalry. Rick Ross had beef with his neighbors because Rick Ross owns buffaloes.
I forgot about the buffalo.
Rick Ross's neighbors reported him because Rick Ross's buffaloes kept going into their yard where their children play. They did it twice in 1 week. They confronted him. It led to an argument with his team. This got posted all over social media on TMZ. But yeah, mostly the important piece of that is that Rick Ross owns buffaloes. Takes care of buffaloes.
Plural. He's got a herd of bison that he's just keeping in his neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and then they get out. He's just like, hey, it's no big deal. It's just 7 large wild beasts bopping about. Y'all will be fine.
Be cool.
If it was a poodle, you wouldn't trip. So why are you tripping about my bison?
We invite dogs to basketball games. Where did the bison go?
To the wilderness where they belong. Can you imagine a bison being at the game? Bisons are the size of that little Neil the Seal dude.
Neil the Seal?
Yeah. They're both about a ton.
Neil the Seal. My favorite animal of 2023. A December edition. Remember the shark that the people saved on the beach? I keep asking, remember this. This was me going through all of our other stories. I was like, this didn't happen this year. There were some people who saved a mako shark's life in Florida. It was a giant shark on the beach, and the video of it was pretty harrowing. Rather than just letting the shark, die, they dragged that shark back into the ocean and saved his life. I hope that gives goodwill with the sharks, and perhaps the creatures of the ocean know that we are not. Well, we kill them all the time, but that we're trying. There are some of us who are trying to save
I don't think
their lives
sharks are the ones we should be worried about. You remember White Gladys? Remember the orca situation we were having?
Sure do.
Is that on the list?
It's the last. It's number 12 on the animal.
Yeah, where they were running around attacking, just murking ships.
Let's just, if we can, let's go quickly through the rest of these animals. There was a dolphin skull found in a suitcase at a Detroit airport. That was nuts. Woodpeckers left 700 pounds of acorns in a house. 700 pounds of acorns. The people found it in their walls.
That's a lot of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts. Look at those. It's never-ending nuts in that household. There was an African serval cat that tested positive for cocaine. It was right around the cocaine bear excitement. And then there was cocaine cat, which was terrifying. And then we had so many different orca stories. There were boats overturned by orcas, a kayak overturned by orcas. The orcas really made this their year. And
we still don't know why.
No, we don't.
We still don't know
But the
why.
orcas seem to be trying to send us a message.
Led by one orca whose name was White Gladys.
Never forget. White Gladys. Respect. All right, let's get through a couple of these celebrity viral moments for the year. First and foremost, the Boston slide that came out at Boston City Hall, and they showed a security officer going down the slide, and this video made its rounds. It looks like the most dangerous, awful slide of all time, and they should be recreated. I actually went down a slide down at the New River Park. Those things pick up speed. You forget how fast you can get going, but the fact that that's half a tube slide, that poor man got all unsituated within it, and I hope everyone is safe.
I need to get on a slide. I hadn't been on a slide in a long time. I'm a big fan of water slides. So I need to get to a water park and swim in all of your urine and feces because you guys just pee in pools.
Remember the ultimate wedgie that sent someone to the hospital at Disney World going down the water slide this year?
You told me about that.
Yeah. Maybe you never want to get on a water slide
All
again.
of those lacerations from the bathing suit? Oh, my gosh. That was horrifying.
Those are serious injuries at Typhoon Lagoon in Disney World. Casa Bonita came back this year, a fan favorite from South Park, a very real restaurant in Denver, Colorado that I went to quite often when I was a kid. It has reopened. It still has the cliff divers, and they were trying to make better food. I haven't had a report back on if the food has improved from the previous generation of Casa Bonita, where all you wanted to do was eat the sopapillas at Casa Bonita, but it's back, and the creators of South Park saved it. They had $40 million in renovations to bring Casa Bonita back from the dead. So if you're ever in Colorado, go find that beautiful light pink thing. I don't know what to call it. Building, restaurant, fun zone.
That's the episode where Cartman convinces Butters that the world is ending and sticks him in a bunker in a junkyard and just locks him away until he gets to the Casa Bonita to turn up, and then he comes and frees Butters. He doesn't free him because he's Cartman. He's a terrible human being. They free Butters and bring Butters, and now they're all mad at Cartman, and Cartman's just running around doing all the activities super fast.
The Oceangate submarine imploded this year. Some people wanted to go see the ruins of the Titanic and go deep into the bottom of the sea, and R.I.P. That is all we will say about the Oceangate submarine. But that was a moment on social media. There are times in this world where Twitter, now X, is just one of the most entertaining places to sit and scroll. That was one of them. We had some bizarre celebrity outfits, including Doja Cat wearing 30,000 diamonds at Paris Fashion Week. I should say crystals. This was the look that Doja Cat showed up in. It's a lot of red.
there's so much weird stuff going on, like ribbed for your pleasure type weird.
If you think that's weird, the big red boots were a thing this year.
Was
the
that this
mischief
year?
boots. Oh,
There was no way that
sure
was
were.
this year.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pulled up into that game with the red mischief boots, and then we got the cousin to the red mischief boots following these beauties. Then we got the big yellow boots, which were Croc mischief collaboration. Paris Hilton tried to sell you those. I would have loved to have the yellow or red boots just to say that I got to
You couldn't take
put
them
my
off.
feet in them.
Like, that was the other thing. Everybody looked cool in them. Well, looked cool, quote, unquote. People thought they was cool. I thought it was ridiculous. But you looked cool in them, but then you would see videos posted of trying to take them off, and it took like 3 people. 2 to pull and 1 to hold your leg while they tried to take it off. That was this year.
That was this year.
Wow.
Also this year, Sam Smith wearing that super weird latex outfit where it looked like he was like a villain from The Incredibles or some bizarre Disney Pixar production.
Is that
happening
is that
to his
air?
lower half?
Like, if you squeeze them, will air like leave the
I know. I want to pop it. I just want to pop it and see what happens.
Is it poppable? Is it all
think so.
fabric?
I
What
bet
is
it's
that?
Industrial. I bet it's industrial latex, as all latex should be. We also had Heidi Klum's annual Halloween party where she tries to outdo herself every year. She was a peacock, which involved Cirque du Soleil performers, and her husband went as an egg. But the peacock itself was quite the Heidi Klum look. She crushes Halloween. I would love to have the kind of money Heidi Klum has to do the most elaborate costumes every year. Hey, I know your favorite moment from the year was this beautiful opening monologue from the BAFTA Awards. The great Ariana DeBose had a song. Do we have that song to play?
I think we have it. I don't know. Yes, the one at the award show.
The award show?
Yeah.
Can we play it?
All the ladies in the room, supporting and leading, all here I presume. Hometown, Dolly D, Carrie and Carrie with the C. Say, Mama, I'm so fond. Anna girl, you were great and blonde. Danielle D, you broke my heart. Michelle, I've loved you from the start. Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Blanche Kate, you're a genius. And Jamie Lee, you are all of us.
Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, the woman king. Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, the woman king.
Stop it. Your mic is off now. I can't take it. This is why we need writers. This is why. This is why. This is what happens. So the next time these men and women decide that they are thinking about going on strike, we need to run this video as quick as we can to the tippity top of the studio ladder and say, hey, if you don't give them what they want, what they deserve, not what they want, what they deserve, what they've earned, if you don't do that, you'll be stuck with this and just play this on loop. Gosh, that was awful. And you're an awful person for bringing it back.
I can't believe it was this year. It was in February. We had the viral Kevin James pic with his hands in his pockets. It was an old picture of Kevin James that suddenly was everywhere all at once. You could not open any social media app without seeing that picture of Kevin James. There was a period of time where we thought Eric Andre and Emily Ratajkowski was a couple, and I guess they were a couple. They put a weird Valentine's Day post where they were both naked with emojis covering their bodies. That was strange. That Disney World wedgie is on our list at number 12. Number 13 was the Nepo baby Somalian runner. I don't know if you remember this story in the world, but there was a runner at the World track games. That's the World University Games in China. And if you remember correctly,
which one of these things is not like the other?
Let me know which one of these is not a professional runner once they start. I don't think
that
it's
one
her.
looks like a runner.
She's got abs.
She looks like she can run.
Fit.
Lean, fit, looks like she can run.
Yep.
The one on the left looks lean also. Long, looks like she can run.
She might be a plant.
Maybe that's the plant. Maybe.
This is the 100-meter race.
These two look like they can run.
I love 100-meter races because people finish it so quickly, you know, like in a couple of seconds you blink and they're done with the 100-meter race.
The best in the world do it about 9 point something. I'm assuming these young women will get it done 11, maybe 12. That might even be too slow. Let's
I don't
see.
know. And then they're off.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Now we know which one is it.
Oh.
Now we know. She's not
Oh.
even in the frame.
Oh.
Look at this.
It took her over 20
They gave
seconds.
the 1, 2,
3,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It came out that
8 seconds.
this young woman was a relative to somebody in the Somali Ministry of Youth and Sports, and thus that is why she was granted the place to run on behalf of Somalia. So she was.
Did she not train at all?
No.
Did she not do anything?
She said,
she crosses.
I'm just gonna jog.
8 seconds after the last person finishes.
I'm just gonna say that we did this.
In the 100, Jessica. In the 100, she is 8 seconds behind the last person to finish.
That was one of my favorite moments of the year. If you're still watching, I hope you were reminded how great that was. Nick Cannon trolled everybody and said that we were getting a new show called Who's Having My Baby, where he was going to have a reality dating show or relationship show and having to guess which woman was having his next child because he has a bajillion and one children. This ended up not being real, but it was so on brand for Nick Cannon, everyone assumed that it actually was real. It was not. Paris Hilton had a baby this year. Paris Hilton had a baby, and she didn't tell anyone about it, and so she gifted her mom a Chanel bag to lessen the blow of not telling her that she was having a baby. She was like, if I give her Chanel first, maybe she won't be so upset that I didn't tell her about this. This is one of those rich people things that makes no sense to me, but I'm glad her mom got a Chanel bag out of the equation. Number 16, everyone was so mad when Elon Musk ruined Twitter and took away blue checks and then gave people blue checks, and you had to pay for blue checks, and some people who didn't pay for their blue checks still had their blue checks, and then there was this whole meltdown mode, and all these people had really emotional tweets about how they were going to leave the app, and guess what? We're all still there, so I'll see you on X, at Just Benson TV. Scroll my life away on Twitter, X, each and every day. Sophia Richie had the wedding of the year. It was extravagant in Italy. There was a Minnesota state senator who got on a Zoom to actually vote in a legislative hearing, and he was shirtless on that Zoom. We had two
How
old
many
men.
of these are we doing?
I told you to look at the list and whittle it down.
I whittled. I gave you the whittled list. You were supposed to pick.
I did. I whittled it down further. We had
We
two
can't
old men
keep
baby dad. I'm
doing
trying to
this.
go fast so we get to the next one. Robert De Niro, new dad at 79. Al Pacino, new dad at 82. There was a woman who wrote a children's book about grief, and then she ended up being charged with her husband's murder.
How many more are there?
You could get the Brady Bunch home for $5.5 million.
How does that make the list?
Apple finally corrected the autocorrect of the F word when it used to go to duck, and now you can swear
Say
if
it.
you want to.
Swear.
Yeah, because nobody's watching. It's Christmas. There was a city in Ireland that had over 1,000 people dress up as Dolly Parton to set a record.
I thought I was the whittler.
And there was a woman who claimed that
I
wearing
didn't know you
Skims
were the whittler.
saved her life from getting shot. The Skims were so
You
tight.
got 24
It
of these.
saved her life.
24.
I told you when I opened the document this morning, I said, oh.
I thought you whittled.
I did, and then I told you to re-whittle.
I gotta re-whittle.
Jalen just worked his booty off. Shout out to our wonderful director, Jalen, who kept up miraculously on this special. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed reliving some of the dumbest moments from the year
Including
with us.
this one.
Including
this
show.
moment we're in right now.
Right here, right now. We'll be back for another edition of Best of 2023
What are we
tomorrow.
doing?
Bye.